Welcome back to another episode of the Stick Boys Podcast.
Quickly blink here, brother. Just after the Super Bowl, just coming to you live. Literally, they are raining the confetti down on the Super Bowl.
Hi, good night, everybody.
Kansas
On
City
the
Chiefs
Kansas City Chiefs, yeah.
beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep.
Brother, I picked the Chiefs to win this game.
Yeah, you did.
I said Chiefs win 30-24. I was not, and I said they would cover the over-under, which I believe was 50.5 points. So the over did hit.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs did not win 30-24, but they did win the game. So.
Well, I thought the Eagles screwed this game up in the first half.
Screwed up in the first half?
Yeah.
I think they screwed it up in the second half.
Well, they did screw it up in the second half because they didn't score any points other than, I think, 3 points is all they scored.
No, 10, I think.
Or 10, yeah. But the first half, I don't know. They had KC on the ropes, I thought, and they let him off the hook.
They let him off the hook?
Yeah, they did. They
let him off the hook.
They did. I thought Kansas City got off the hook, and they held them to that field goal at the end of the half. And that really killed the Eagles. They needed a touchdown there, and KC held them. And then, KC came out and scored a touchdown right on the opening drive.
Can I say something here, brother?
I don't know. That to me really killed Philly.
Can I say something here?
Have at it.
Just to wrap this, just to summarize this game, I feel like this game, the way it ended, was so anticlimactic.
For sure.
Like, this was it seemed like a back and forth, a very good game.
Kind of a sad way to end a great game.
Very great game, all the way down to the wire. And then the way it ended was just so anticlimactic. And like, really? This is how it's going to end?
Yeah.
Just like the Chiefs winning on a field goal with like 8 seconds left.
Yeah,
they marched the ball down the field, and like the Eagles,
it was a very sad way to end a great game.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah,
and I was like looking forward. I was like, man, brother, we're coming down.
Yeah,
both teams are gonna.
Yeah, we're going to overtime, baby.
There was like 12 or 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and brother and I both looked at each other and were like, well, brother, both teams are gonna get the ball back twice. By the end of this game.
We dapped up. We were like, dude, we got a good football game.
Sure as shit, the Eagles got the ball, and
that's all we want to watch.
I think they went 3 and out, and the Chiefs got the ball, then the Eagles got the ball. The Chiefs went down and just scored that touchdown, and the Eagles, I think, got the ball back a third time here, technically, with like 1 play left.
Yeah, for sure.
Left. But it was like, just very anticlimactic ending to the game. I was very disappointed.
Well, I tell you what,
I wanted the Eagles to win. I'm not an Eagles fan, but I wanted the Eagles to win.
Really, when you boil it down to the entire game, it was the Kadarius Toney return that really won the game. Return, the punt return for KC ultimately won the game for KC.
It's a tale of 2 halves for me.
For sure.
Tale of 2 halves, because to me, the first half was owned by
KC was on the ropes, man. Yeah. I thought KC was on the ropes in the first half.
Philadelphia Eagles owned the first half of that game.
Yeah.
It seemed like they were almost unstoppable. If Hurts doesn't fumble that ball that gets returned back for a touchdown, the Eagles might go down and score a touchdown on that drive.
If they just punt the ball there, who knows if Kansas City even scores a touchdown. They just punt the ball there.
Right.
And I just really thought the Eagles pissed it away in that first half.
Well, I don't know if they pissed it away in the first half, because the first half, I thought they owned the first half. But the last drive of the first half, KC...
Well, that's what I mean. They pissed it away.
Well, yeah, KC kind of, I don't want to say won the game based on it, but KC kind of won the game by holding the Eagles to a field goal at the end of the first half.
Yeah, and KC missed a field goal, and KC missed a 42-yarder earlier on. I thought in the second half, KC just outcoached them, outclassed them. The play calling
inside the 10-yard line for the Chiefs in
spectacular.
In the second half was
something that coaches need to archive and replay year after year after year.
It's the plays at the line of scrimmage for the receivers.
Unbelievable.
In both touchdowns that the Chiefs scored at like the goal line inside the 5-yard line were based off of guys lined up at the wide receiver, Sky Moore and who was the other guy that got it? The guy that scored the first one there.
Pacheco? Not Pacheco.
No, it wasn't Pacheco. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Valdez Scantling. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, I can't remember now. I know who you're talking about.
Both guys went in motion towards the line of scrimmage
God,
from
who
lined
was
out
that?
wide, and they stopped and cut back as the ball was snapped, and then Mahomes threw it out to him in the flat. And both guys were wide open.
Wide
Man.
open.
Wide
Wide
open.
open.
What are you doing
Yeah.
as a defense?
Oh, it's Kadarius Toney on the
Was
one.
it?
Yeah, the
Okay.
one touchdown. Yeah.
Guy that they traded for halfway through the season
Dude,
from the
the
Giants.
guy, there was nobody within, I don't know, 15 feet of the guy, 5 yards. I mean,
Can't happen.
easily.
Can't
Easily. He waltzed into the end zone.
Now, brother, this is such a minor little thing to talk about here, but we haven't seen who's going to win MVP yet. But I got to say, it's probably going to be Mahomes.
Yeah.
Is going to be my guess.
I would imagine.
I mean, he threw, 3 touchdowns or something? I mean, I got to say, his stats, you could probably pull the stat line up here, whatever it was, but to me, was very pedestrian throughout the game. Didn't really do a whole lot, to be honest.
It wasn't spectacular.
Until he made the plays. He made a couple plays with his feet when it really mattered, picking up first downs.
He was 21 for 27 for 182 and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, so he didn't even throw for 200 yards, but he threw for 3 touchdowns, and they were all. The one to Kelsey was nice. That was like a 30-yarder, but the other 2 were right on the goal line.
I would imagine he'll be MVP.
I would imagine too, because we were thinking it was going to be Kelsey early in the game if Casey won, because Kelsey seemed to be picking, he was picking the Eagles apart there, but he really had, other than the 1 touchdown in the first quarter, he didn't really do much the rest of the game.
Not too much, not in the second half.
And Mahomes didn't do a whole lot other than he had 2 touchdowns at the goal line on, for short little 2-3 yard touchdowns, and then he had the 1 touchdown to Kelsey that was like a 30-yarder. But
it was really in the second half. The pass to Toney, the pass to the little running back. I can't remember. Sky Moore. I mean, those were 2 of his touchdowns. Yeah.
With Western.
Those were 2 of the touchdowns, but I thought the Eagles. To me, this game really boils down to the Eagles not really being able to cash in enough in the first half. I'm sorry, but I look at this game. I look at this game, and I think the Eagles really kind of blew it.
They left some points on the board. Yeah, I think they blew it too, because I think the Eagles had this game at the end of the first half, especially if they score a touchdown at the end of the first half versus kicking a field goal. I think you're looking at almost a lock that the Eagles end up winning that game. But the Kansas City was very fortunate to hold them to a field goal there. And then the second half, it was the tale of 2 halves. Like I said, Andy Reid outcoached Nick Sirianni.
He did. Andy Reid outcoached him.
The play calling by the Chiefs was so much better than it was in the first half. It was almost like the first half. I'm like watching this game with the Chiefs. I'm like, what team?
Well, I thought Kansas City ran the ball a little bit better in the second half too. I mean, McKinnon had some good plays.
Pacheco had a couple good.
Yeah,
runs.
Pacheco had some good runs. Even Mahomes. But so all you could say is Kansas City really made more plays, more. The special teams play by Toney. Running that punt return, and ultimately they just had a little bit more than Philly.
And I give credit to Casey's defense because the Eagles had only scored, I think, 3 points until like late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and then they put a touchdown on the board.
Yeah, then they put a late touchdown to kind of make it, get back in it there. But where was A.J. Brown in the second half? After the long touchdown that Hurts threw to him, A.J. Brown didn't do much.
Disappeared.
A.J. Brown didn't really do shit the whole game. Devontae Smith had a nice first drive where he went down and scored on the first drive. Had that nice connection that was like a 50-yarder, and he ran out of bounds at the goal line that Philly capitalized on. But outside of that, Devontae Smith didn't do much. So I give credit to the Chiefs secondary for shutting those 2 guys down.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do much of anything. And it was basically Goddard had a couple catches, didn't do a whole lot. Philly didn't run the ball really well at all.
I mean, the officiating, a couple posts on the Bleacher Report were about the officiating, and specifically that Goddard catch.
Every post on Bleacher Report.
Then you had Devontae Smith's catch on the sideline. That was, called back too. So I didn't think the officiating was really that much of a factor, personally. I thought it was pretty much out of the game. They didn't really play a couple plays, but
there were definitely a couple false starts that I saw by both teams.
Delay of games, really.
There were a couple delay of games and a couple of false starts.
But the 2 controversial plays that are going to be pointed at to, I didn't think were that much of a factor.
I thought they got pretty much most of the game right.
I thought so too.
So, but Bleacher Report's always going to have officiating people bitching about officiating. Yeah. That's just all people do. That's all people do. If you're a loser, that's what you do. Is just complain about officiating.
So, Chiefs are the champs, brother.
Again.
And now
That's 3 Super Bowls that they've been to in the last 5 years.
and they've won 2
They've
of them.
won 2 of them. So Mahomes is 2 for 3.
And so now we look at,
does Andy Reid step away? Is Andy Reid done?
if I'm Andy Reid, I say I bring it back another year.
One more kick at the can. Try to run it back.
Because next year you're going to have Clyde Edwards-Helaire back. You got Pacheco.
Yeah, but what is Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Do you even need him?
I don't know.
You just want a Super Bowl without him.
Yeah, but he'd be helpful.
Helpful for what?
You still got Mahomes. You still got Kelsey. You still got Chris Jones. You still got players on the defensive side of the ball. I think you can probably you could run it back one more time.
I think as long as you got Mahomes, you can run it back.
Yeah. So the question is, going into next year, who are we talking are the top 5 teams for Super Bowl? And where do you see the Lions fitting in to this Super Bowl playoff run?
Spin on it.
Yeah, we got to have a little local spin. What are your top 2 or 3, 4 teams, and where do you see the Lions fitting in?
Well, you mean like from each conference or overall? Just 5 teams, doesn't matter what conference.
It just doesn't matter. Who's your top 4 or 5 teams?
I gotta go Chiefs.
Yep.
Are up there. That's 1.
Yep.
I gotta go the Eagles are up there. That's 2. I gotta go the Niners are up there. That's 3.
Yep.
I'm gonna say
Bengals.
Yeah, probably the Bengals are
Bills.
up there. That's 4. Yeah, I would say the Bills. Yeah, probably the Bills would be 5. And I got to say the Bills next year is probably got to be their last kick at the can.
Well, they're going to have to make some serious decisions, right? Because they're going to have to let Stephon Diggs go and really re-sign Josh Allen. And Josh Allen, to me, I love watching him play, but I'm telling you right now, there's a certain part of me where I say you can't win a Super Bowl.
You know who Josh Allen reminds me of in the aspect of makes so many great plays, and it's like, holy shit, this guy's.
But
great.
then he makes dumb shit asshole plays.
But he's kind of an airhead asshole, and I don't think I can win with him.
Who's that?
You know who I think he reminds me of?
I'm curious.
Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
$1 million arm.
10-cent brain.
10-cent brain.
Yeah, I could see that. I think if I'm Buffalo. And I have Mahomes and KC. I got Burrow and Cincy.
Justin Herbert and San Diego. LA.
If I'm Buffalo,
Miami.
I'm thinking, shit, I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat Mahomes and Burrow anytime over the next.
Well, you got to look within the division.
8 years.
Buffalo, you got to look within the division. The Jets are going to get better. Buffalo's in the division with the Jets, the Patriots, and the Dolphins. The Jets are going to get better. They had a good year, just missed the playoffs. The Jets, you got to think, are going to get better.
I think the Bills have one more year.
The Jets are like
I don't disagree with that.
The Jets are a consistent quarterback away from being like the best team in that division. The Patriots are possibly only an offensive coordinator away because if they get Bill O'Brien in there and turn Mac Jones back to what he was his rookie year, the Patriots could be winning 11 games, 12 games. And then you got the Dolphins, who if Tua can stay healthy and repeat what they did this year, the Dolphins are a 10, 11, 12-win team. They are. So that division is going to be very competitive come next year, I think.
All right. So,
I mean, the Bills ain't punch button, win that division like they were this year.
All right.
I think next year's going to be a lot more competitive for the Bills. But
so aside from those 5 teams that we just rattled off, which 4 of the 5 are in the AFC.
I think 3 because we had the Niners.
And 3 out of the 5 are in the AFC.
But there's a lot of teams on the fringe. Like the Chargers are another team.
The Chargers are another team.
Up there.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are a team that's up there.
But the next question is, where do you see the Detroit Football Lions fitting into this? Where do you see that?
5.
Okay, they're not amongst the 5. Are they in the top 10? Because do they win the NFC North next year, brother? That's what I want to know. Do they win the NFC North? Because you got to say, is Aaron Rodgers gone from Green Bay?
Yes.
He's gone. Okay, so Green Bay takes a huge step back. Chicago is terrible. Minnesota could still maintain maybe a winning record. Maybe they go 10-7. Maybe they go 9-8. Somewhere in there. Could they go 8-9? Could they go 7-10? Yeah, they're somewhere in there.
Could they go 13-4?
Maybe, but could the Lions go 13-4?
No.
Yes.
You want to bet?
No.
Yeah, the Lions could go 13-4.
Okay,
Get away from me. Get the fuck away from me.
Brother, get the hell out of here.
They could.
Get the hell out of here.
If the Minnesota Vikings could go 13-4, the Lions could go 13-4.
No more booze for that.
I'm telling you right now, if the Vikings can do it, the Lions can do it.
No.
The Lions are a better
No.
team than the Vikings,
I
brother. I'm not saying if you're saying. Are you saying the Vikings are going 13-4 then?
No, I'm not saying the Vikings are going 13-4.
Okay, then
but I
neither
think
the
the
Lions.
Vikings have a better shot of going 13-4 than the Lions do because the Vikings just did it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Then I'm talking next year. I just don't know.
Brother, it's the Lions. Okay, do the Lions win the division next year? Gun to my head.
Yeah. Do they win the division, and what's the record?
Gun to my head. Do the Lions win the division next year? Yes or no? I say no.
Okay. So
I
you're
don't
saying the
think they do.
Vikings win the division.
I think the Vikings win the division.
So what's the Lions finish? Do they make the wild card? Do they make the playoffs?
No.
Lions don't make the playoffs?
No.
Then are you firing Dan Campbell?
Me? Yes.
Oh, God.
The Lions? No. They will not fire Dan Campbell because I think they will do just enough like they did this year to kick the can again. I think they'll go 9-8 again, 10-7 again next year, and I think they bring him back again. But I don't think that gets him in the playoffs.
I think the Lions definitely make the playoffs next year. They have to make the playoffs next year. They got to make the playoffs next year. After
do I want them to? Sure, brother. Yeah, absolutely.
After they finish the way they did this year.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
They got to make
going
playoffs
in next year. Momentum does not carry over from one season to the next.
I understand,
It
but
just
I
doesn't.
think the Lions make the playoffs.
Okay,
I really
hope
do,
you're right.
and
hope
I
you
think
do.
they make some noise because when I look at the NFC, yeah, you have the Eagles, but it's hard to sustain this. Like you said, okay, the Eagles fall short today. Are they that much better going into next year? I don't know. A lot of teams kind of fall off sometimes. Jalen Hurts kind of some of those guys take a step back.
The Rams won it last year. And look at the Rams
really
this
fell
year.
off. Really fell
They're
off.
riddled with injuries, but
They fell off.
they did fall off. But I don't know, brother. It's just, do I want Sure, I want the Lions to be there. I root for podcasting. The longer the Lions are in it, the more we're doing podcasts, relevant podcasts talking about the Lions. Hell, win a Super Bowl. I don't give a shit. It'd be great. But
what if we're here from a year from now?
but
The
I
Lions
just-
are in the damn Super Bowl.
what I need to see is
We're going to it.
the Lions improve next year. 9-8 this year, great, but you started 1-6. Okay,
Yeah.
You went on the God smiling upon you miraculously unheard of run over the next 8 games to end the season.
I see.
I don't see that carrying
I
over to
see a
next year.
10-7, 11-6 year.
I could see 10-7, but I think other teams in the NFC next year, like the Cowboys, I think the Cowboys and the Eagles are both going to be in the playoffs next year again.
Yeah.
Possibly the Giants again. So you got 3 teams out of the NFC East right there that are in it. So there's the chances of getting in are going to be slim. You're going to have to be really good because I think those 3 teams right there are going to be are going to be better.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think the Vikings are going to win our division.
I just don't see
the
it.
NFC North.
I just
And then
don't
you
see
got
it.
the Seahawks. I think are going to be the Seahawks. Probably could have made it this year, but I think they're going to upgrade at quarterback somehow, and the Seahawks will be a little bit better with the Niners winning that division. The Rams are going to be better again next year because Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford will be back. They'll be healthier, so the Rams will be back. The Cardinals are going to be coming with a new coach. Who knows? Maybe the Cardinals are better. I just think there's going to be other teams that are going to be better coming back next year that are going to kind of push the Lions just far enough out of that wild card.
I don't know. I see where you're going with it, but
Because
I
you got to
guess
assume the Rams and Niners are both going to be in it next year. You got to assume the Cowboys and Eagles are both going to be in it next year. That's 2 teams from the same division on 2 different divisions that are both
I
going to
don't
be
know. I don't know. There's a couple teams that you mentioned. A few of those teams, aside from the Niners and the Eagles, I look at everybody else and I think that they're big question marks. Other than the Giants,
in it. The Cowboys will be back. Cowboys will make the playoffs.
yeah. I mean, the NFC East
If
is
the
going to
Rams
be.
stay healthy, the Rams are in the playoffs.
I think the NFC East is going to be another dogfight because the Eagles probably are the best team in the East. Then you got the Giants, and the Cowboys, and then the Commanders or the Redskins, whatever the hell they are.
They almost made it
They
this
were.
year.
That's what I'm saying.
They're going to get better.
So then
Their quarterback away.
the NFC South is
wide open.
It's a
'Cause
crapshoot.
Brady's gone.
Yeah.
And the Saints were looking for a quarterback, and I guess there was rumors Derek Carr was going to be traded there, but Derek Carr shot down the trade negotiations from the Raiders to go to.
It could
the
be.
Saints. He said no.
It could be any of those teams.
Yeah.
I think in the NFC South. Now you go to the NFC, the West.
It's Niners.
Yeah, it's definitely.
If the
Niners.
Rams stay healthy, the Rams are.
And I think
with
in the North, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say Lions.
I got the Vikings until I'm proven otherwise.
Well,
because the Vikings are going to come back with the exact same roster, maybe a little bit better, depending on what they do in the draft. They usually draft pretty well.
yeah, they usually do, but I just think the Lions had their number this year. I thought they played better in the first game. They smoked them in the second game.
Yeah, but I got history on my side saying the Lions will come back bombing next year.
Wow. Brother.
History on my side shows that the Lions cannot put together back-to-back good seasons.
Yeah. Well, brother, we've come to a conclusion here at the end of the 2022 season. The only thing we have looking forward to now is the NFL draft coming up in about 2 months. At the tail end of April.
We'll do shows on that.
And we'll do a little draft preview and a little Lions.
We want you to like and subscribe too. At least subscribe, because really, when we started this podcast, the genesis of it was we were just doing them because we like doing them. We like
the
to
Lions
sit down and
was
watch
the
them about
catalyst.
the Lions and stuff. But we found out, like, if you get at least 50 subscribers, you can live stream.
Yeah.
And we're at 39, so we need 11 subscribers.
Yeah.
So if we can get to 50 subscribers, we just want to live stream. So that way we can turn this on, we can live stream during, like, the NFL draft.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
And we can have people comment. We can watch the draft, like Uncle Bill or Dad if he's watching.
Nobody's going to watch.
Brandon or Trav or any of our cousins
Trav
or JMO or any of our friends that are watching. We can live stream or just random people that tune in. That'd be fun as hell, brother.
Yeah,
sitting back, drinking some cocktails, talking to random people, watching the draft, saying, all right, the Texans are on the clock here at number 2. Who they taking, brother? Who they taking, Johnny 4, 5, 6, 9? Who they taking?
I don't know.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
So make sure you I don't even care if you like it. At least subscribe. I don't care if you watch our videos. Just subscribe so we hit at least 50 people.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
I'm in agreement with that.
Yeah.
So I'd like to get to 50 subscribers. I mean, hell, I'd like to get to 1,000 where we can start making money at this.
Oh yeah, that'd be great too. But I don't expect that.
I do.
I expect to have at least 50 so we can live stream. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
So let's cap the season off. My prediction was right. Chiefs won.
Yeah, I mean, I really had the Chiefs going into the season. I thought the Chiefs were obviously favorite to win the whole damn thing, and they ended up winning the whole damn thing.
And Mahomes is, as much as I like him and hate him in the same breath. I like him because he's fun to watch and he's probably one of the best I've ever seen. But I just hate him because he plays for the Chiefs and he's so damn good, and I got to watch him do magical shit.
Well, I don't think you're gonna see very many more Aaron Rodgers State Farm commercials. They're gonna be all Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Commercials. Aaron Rodgers is just about done as far as State Farm.
Hopefully, as a Raiders guy, I get to see Rodgers wearing the silver and black.
I think Aaron Rodgers is about done.
I think Rodgers will be a Raider next year.
Good. I'd like to see him out of Green Bay. I'm tired of him.
Yeah, that bridge is burnt in Green Bay.
I'm tired of him.
He's done in Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm tired of him.
Well, brother, until the draft comes along, about the end of April.
Yeah, I think
we're done with the NFL.
I think we need to do maybe a couple mock drafts as we get close and really
legitimate ones.
Yeah.
We'll pull out like Mel Kiper and like
Todd McShay. I think we just need to kind of really see what the Lions are going to do, because the Lions are really a really intriguing team going into the draft.
Guys are going.
Yeah, see where some Michigan guys
are going.
Yeah. But we got at least a good month and a half before any draft shit.
Yeah, that's the end of April, and we're mid-February.
I'm not like one of these guys like Doug Carson. Every time a damn mock draft comes out,
he's a loser.
Yeah,
and he's terrible at broadcasting Michigan games.
Horrible.
97-1.
Horrible.
I'm sorry. It's like listening to like a cracked out Kermit the Frog call a Michigan game on play-by-play. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I can't stand it. It's awful. So, well, brother, until April when we do the draft, Smith boys.
It's been a hell of a season.
Out.
See ya.
People go bye-bye.